Greetings and welcome to my dear Leo. This is Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun. Welcome to the channel. If you are new, Tarot of the Twin Sun is a functional division within the Order of the Twin Sun. Today I shall be working from a 9-card spread known as the Great Mirror. The Great Mirror is a tool devised to use the tarot to see apparent sort of karmas or apparent modes of action that are disclosed or indisclosed, undisclosed, according to you and the energy of a significant other. The energy is channeled through the guise or the face of Leo, which is a very strong and prevalent force that ties with the energy of essentially the fifth house. Please take only what you will. I do appreciate your constant support of the channel, and we'll go ahead and get started. Uh, the fifth house is now open. Okay, this reading triggers the sentiment of two different things. One having to do with the angst and the difficulty of learning from the Aquarian way how to detach, how to truly become at ease with the shortcomings of humanity, and to be being content, or at least philosophically sound within this type of detachment. Also, this talks of healing, mending old ways or old patterns between two different factions, two different people, two different parties. Excuse me. And also, this talks about the understanding of the human condition, okay? The sort of ineffable quality of making moral or perhaps ethical choices within modes of thinking or modes of reflecting the emotional world. This talks about catharsis, okay? That is the realization through some form or practice, some very self-realized concepts here, okay? And I stress mostly here the seventh house of Aquarius as well. The ability to truly become independent in some sort of way. There's a mode of being, especially since the the advent essentially of 2020, the year of the rat, as well as a great deal of things that have scurried about or revived themselves, pulled themselves out of very dark places. And there's something about you that needs to exercise and exercise a type of agency, okay, a type of authority over a situation here that has to do with a significant other. Okay, this does not have to resonate with you, but if it does, please take what you will in order to use in order to enlighten your path. What I'm seeing here is a type of reprisal, a type of going back and understanding something that you have already cast aside. Okay, this could be a person, place, or thing. This could be an own shadow. This could be a way of thinking or way of doing things, a cycle that you thought you have let aside, but there may be a reemergence of this, especially of the energies of 2020 in terms of letdowns or fold ups from last year. Um, in a way, it's a type of miscarriage, a type of trying to understand a bit more of what you are here to bring in terms of progeny or progenetics, what you're trying to sort of alter in terms of your own genetic mapping. Okay, what is occurring here is the energy of someone or something that has a bit of a great deal of experience to intuitively give to you in terms of inspiration as you walk this path of trying to understand the past and trying to understand things that may be resurfacing in terms of modes or actions or karmas that you have been dealing with that you thought you have done the work for already. Um, Chances are you have properly and you've made the choice, but yet there is this calling. There is this calling, and something from the past may be trying to pull at your heartstrings, or perhaps pull at the way you speak, or something about the way you're speaking to someone else may be uh, a way of really trying to pry loose or set loose some form of inspiration to the other. This person, place, or thing has been through a lot already, and they represent someone who has been giving to you in terms of a strong connection. This could be someone new as well, someone wise, someone who's been through a lot of experience. It could be a friend or an acquaintance. Could also be a lover. What I'm seeing here is a choice that is being need to be made, that is begging to be made, but there's difficulty in actually being informed by the intuitive realm, by especially the moon and Leo. With the Two of Swords here, there's difficulty in terms of the triplicity of air reaching the deeper element of Aquarius here, the deeper element of humanity as well as the human condition, and really understanding a bit more about how certain things have led to another, how there's this cutting action that you have used in the past, and perhaps there is a feeling of misuse or perhaps misappropriation of words or deeds that have been thought, different ways that have been actions that have been taken out of a seeming stagnancy. Okay, mm, this is a very difficult reading, but I am seeing here a difference when it comes to the deep level, the soul level, the connected level here, that has to do with the difference of the 9 leading to the 8 in the reverse, okay? Meaning that the energies of Cancer and the rebound of Cancer and the relapse of Cancer's energy is bringing about this feeling of avoidancy strong here. This feeling of not confronting certain things, either you or this other party, but it has to do with a mode or action of doing things in order to avoid catastrophe, in order to avoid the trammels of human condition, the trammels of human thought or human emotions. Okay, trammels are nets. What I'm seeing here, essentially, is someone trying to offer it to you, but it's already been much. This person is a type of cyclical friend of yours or cyclical potential significant other. Cyclical. So it's a mother figure or a father figure that has been through enough or has been giving to you, but at the wrong times. And there's difficulty in you finding a sense of proper stability within the way of really finding a sense of purity in what you have brought into your life, which is a state of equilibrium, a state of Zen, or a state of being that does not require much from others. In this respect, you want to learn from the potentialities of this relationship through the experience that they have, And even if they offer you something in terms of creative or emotional resonance, there's difficulty in you totally accepting it. There's something about you that is also trying to let loose toxic cycles or toxic people. There is also a possibility of restlessness coming about their end in order to try to give you something. They may see you or you may see them as a type of mirror that reflects your sense of self or your sense of propriety, your sense of being able to be passionate, especially about the path of purgation, which is reprimanding or limiting yourself in order to get rid of certain things that have to do with cycles or shadows or deep psychological tendencies that need to be revised in some sort of way. In this case, this is a fortunate connection, one based on social understanding and the understanding of the other through the great portal that has to do with essentially a feeling or a needing to make a choice, always being at the precipice of making this choice, but then also trying to avoid that which involves any sort of intellectual or emotional responsibility, intellectual responsibility. Uh, Emotional intelligence here doesn't fly out the window. It's just that you would rather not deal with it, or perhaps you're trying to learn from the other who is a restless sort of agent for communication, as well as trying to show you that they may have the key to this sort of purgation. Okay, this could be a friend or a lover, some sort of situation in terms of your career. Please fill in the blanks. Um, and it's not that there are many blanks. What I'm seeing here is a movement into something that overflows, and that is what you have been trying to manifest. And perhaps you enjoy this. You may see this as being resourceful in some sort of way. There's a possibility of a number of variant influences in terms of the major arcana in the near future um, that have to do with choices as well, really coming in and owning that which you have been trying to bring in. But it seems to me that it is an overflow of emotional currency that you are not willing to partake in. I think you are more on the intellectual side. Here you are informed by the emotional reservoir, and perhaps you deeply want a bit more of that resource. But the irony is that you turn your back against it even more. Perhaps there's something about this connection that triggers an inner need for the stigmata of motherly love. That is also a possibility. Please take only what you will, and I do appreciate you tuning in. That was The Great Mirror. I shall see you mid-month of February 2021 for future reading. I do appreciate you tuning in. Thank you very much. Bye bye.